Hi, I'm Brian Way, and I'm here to dictate my story called Herbert Brown. It's about a convicted criminal whose offences led to his inevitable demise, and the thoughts that were running through his mind. Well, it's quite an interesting story, I believe, so here we go. Herbert Brown. Inevitability speaks to the sane, hence salvation lies within the maniacal. Such is the tale of Herbert Brown. A desolate rocking chair in a plain of green once served with enthusiastic undulation from the person of which we so fondly speak. He sat among the greenery, this earth upon which we thrive, which revealed itself to him so wholly that it is as if he had ripped the mask God himself. The salt of the air, in a futile attempt to overwhelm the beauty of the sky, and the touch of the hollow bark which harboured life, failed, because what never failed to astound the eyes of Herbert Brown were the trees. They stood upon a pedestal of human morality, unwary of the significant purpose of which they served, all that time slowly swaying to their favourite song, the wind. No room for superficiality, no room for inertia, and certainly no room for sanity. In this overwhelming envy of green, and the intricate ivies and flowers that were tended to periodically, no audience could overlook the vibrant contrast of red, of which his attire is born, or the obstinate red of the sun dawning as if to hide itself from embarrassment, and of course the poignant red that trickled down the teeth of the blade that lay in Herbert's hand. It dropped upon the bed of grass as if it bore the weight of unequivocal guilt, and deemed the hand of Herbert unworthy to bear its sins. His hands, bathed in the lineage of another, could not compare to his morbid, unwavering eyes, which reflected life upon a lifeless body, which reflected injustice upon a dire truth. The hollow winds rushed into the abstract of the garden, and darkness engulfed the sky, while the leaves turned purple, and all the light that followed was that of Herbert's lantern, a dim amalgamation of a fuse and diesel, much like the contents of Herbert's heart, which is limited to the confines that somewhere in him presides one. Inexplicably grotesque and inhumane. He dug the soil where the other was to spend its days decaying, when urgency struck Herbert, and nature struck back. The confines of the garden seemed to be emitting an ominous sound, a sound which rang in his ears like the incandescent light which blinded his eyes, or the chirping of the birds that seemed to mock him, or the ivies which seemed to crowd around his body until Herbert could bear it no longer. As the night crowded round him, he opened his eyes, wearied from delusion. He was standing upon the pedestal of morality, where he found himself restrained by a rope that engulfed his neck, and the multitude that condemned him to the same fate he had condemned to many. However, his ears continued to ring, now boom, and realized that he was hearing the seconds of his watch walk away from him. He felt the floor beneath him rescend, and the rope tighten. The ringing had stopped.